Hello and welcome back to the Celebration Youth podcast for 2025. I'm Claudia.
And I'm Kyiesha.
And we are so excited to be back with you guys. We've just been at camp.
Yeah.
So we thought let's do a recap episode of everything we did at camp and let's hear from some of you guys. So we'll have some shout outs at the end of some people's favourite memories. But let's just jump straight into it. So Kyiesha, let's camp. First day, Sunday, what did we do?
We arrived at church.
Yep. We had so many youth at church. It was amazing to see how many youth. I'm going to take my sunnies off because I literally can't see properly. Okay. We had so many youth at church and I just loved seeing so many young, fresh faces there.
Yeah.
Then after church, what did we do?
So we had a barbecue, which was really good.
Yep. Got the trailers packed up, getting ready for camp. And then we road tripped up to Wedderburn Christian Campsite.
Yeah.
And when we got there, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how everyone, I didn't look over at the boys, but the girls got their tent set up so quickly.
I wasn't even there.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was with Ben Jade and we had to take a detour.
Oh, wait, what was your detour?
We went to Big W and we got food.
Oh. So that sounds like a whole lot more fun than setting up tents. Well,
yeah, it was.
Oh, well, anyway, the girls worked really hard to set up the tents.
Yeah.
Then we, settled in, checked out the campsite, those fun little things that you do when you get to camp. And then obviously all the setting up of everything, blah, blah, blah. But then we got to our first session. And can I just say, how good were our live shows?
Literally so good.
Yeah. So kick us off. What was the first thing we did?
So the first thing was the live show, and we did me and Rowan and Ben were the persons who done that. And we did a game which was table manners.
Yes.
So that was really fun and really funny.
So good. And we'll show clips over all of this as well. But pretty much we got Sarah and Ashley up. So it's just so good when you do it with friends because you're comfortable enough to put your feet in their face. But literally picking up forks with their toes and feeding it to each other, or to one of them. So that I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in a live show watching that. So it was, Ash and Sarah and Noah and Ryan. And oh my gosh, it was hilarious.
Literally.
And then we also had the fun police.
Yeah.
Which you were one of.
Yeah. So it was just if we saw someone not being happy or not having fun, we would we had water guns, so we'd shoot them and be have fun.
And it was toilet water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that. I love the intro. It was I just feel like there were so many parts. It's you had to be there. So if you're listening to this and you weren't there, you're probably whatever. Literally. But it was so funny. The whole intro of you guys was hilarious. I didn't even see you spray anyone, but maybe it's
later on I did.
Yeah.
When we get down there.
Yeah. As the camp goes on and people are kind of being a bit more just tired. Well, wow, tired. Get over yourself. Nah, kidding.
Yeah.
But that's when the guns came out more. But then after so we had an awesome night session. We anointed everyone with oil. Yeah. Which, if you don't know, it's we just did it as a starting the camp, committing it to God, praying over each person, which I think was so fun and I really loved. And I just love going around the room and trying to find all my girls and being making sure no one else prayed for them first because I was so excited for it. And it was just really fun to commit the camp to God and to be we're going to make the most of this.
Yeah.
Then what happened after that?
We did prank wars, we announced prank wars.
Oh yes,
so that was
we did.
Really fun.
Yeah. So that kind of was an invitation to wreak havoc on each other, which, wait, so the first night, let me think back because I'm we've been back for a week and a half now. So the memories are a little bit foggy now, but I have a story about prank wars actually. So the first night, Liv comes into my cabin. I don't know where Faith was. So me and Eden and Faith were sharing a cabin. I don't know where Faith was, but Eden was on night squad. So I was going to bed alone where I was alone. And then I hear a knock on the cabin door and then Liv comes in. She's hey, and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm what do you want? And then she's I'm playing a prank on Eden. And I was trying to shove her out, but I've got literally toothpaste dripping down. I'm get out. I was I can't do anything because I'm I need to finish brushing my teeth. So then she starts to put cut up cabbage into Eden's suitcase And I was like, oh, we've got to film it for Prank Wars. Anyway, we do that. She leaves. And then I finish brushing my teeth and I'm like, you know what? Like, I should double cross her and I should scoop all of it out of Eden's suitcase and then go put it in hers. And so I scooped it all out back into the bag that she had brought in. And then I was like, she's going to see the bag. So I put it inside my sleeping bag. And I carry it over and I'm hiding behind a car. And I see her on the steps of her, like where she's staying, like in her room. And I was like, damn it, like how am I going to get inside? And even if I got inside, I don't know like which bag is hers. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to start filming. And I ran over and dumped all of the cabbage like on top of her head. And then I almost got taken to court for that.
Yeah.
So rude. Which flows into the next day, which we started, what do we call it?
Camp court.
Camp Law and Order. Yeah. So explain how that worked.
So there was a judge, which was Alana. And then what was Lizzie? What was her like?
The plaintiff.
Yeah.
Which is like I think it's like the police officer that like protects the judge or something.
Yeah. And then there's like the people who come up who want to say what they've like plead the case. Yeah. And then you have to like have 10 seconds with the judge alone and then the judge will see if you're guilty, and then if you are, then you get slimed.
Yeah. So second morning it was Aurora Springall and Noah came up and said, oh, we're here because of the blue team, which is us, which, by the way, our team won Tribal Wars. So clap, clap, clap to us.
I think we've won like 3 times, like all the camps I've been.
I know. We always win because we're the best. Anyway, and we can't you can't edit this out. We own this podcast. So, and then they ended up getting slimed because they wrongfully convicted us or tried to. And say that we put blue stuff, like blue tassels everywhere, but really it was one of their tribe people. So anyway, so we got to slime them.
And we had a really good judge.
Yes. Well, don't say that. People are going to think it's
No,
biased.
I'm just saying we have a good judge.
Yeah. The judge definitely wasn't in either tribe. She was, she definitely convicted correctly. Then that morning, we obviously did the Camp Law and Order. We also had our special guests join us, which was really fun. So, do you remember their names?
Yeah. But I do. I'm sorry.
What are they?
Pastor Nick and Dee.
Yes. And they're from C3 New Hope, up in Mount Enon, which was really close to where we were. And they were just so amazing. I loved them straight away because they own a business and I also own a business, and like what they do is very similar to me. And I just like love their creativity and like what they bring. And so it was really cool to like actually hear from them.
Such a good vibe they bring too.
Yeah, I know. They were so lovely and like so laid back. And like Pastor Nick preached an awesome message in the morning, and then we had bit of morning tea, and then we went back and did a panel. We talked about like how to have good friendships, and then we talked about like creativity and business and stuff like that. So it was really cool. Like I feel like there was a lot we could learn off that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And after that we headed into like 4 hours of free time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What did you do in the free time?
I tried to lay down, but like it was really hot. Like,
and everyone was like, I want a nap, but it's too hot to go in the tents.
Literally. So I went down to the pool and we had like, what would you call it? Like
like the balancing game.
Yeah.
There was like this big like pipe, like a pipe, I guess, at the end of like the pool, and you had to like scooch across and like meet in the middle, and then you had to like wrestle each other off. And it was really fun.
Yeah.
But I only had one go because it's so like you have to scooch for so long to get to the middle. But that was really fun watching people do that. Some people played soccer in like the full on heat, and I'm like, oh yeah, ugh, yuck. And then we kind of just chilled out for a while. That was fun. And then we had a tribal war, which was the battleships one.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Explain that to us.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do it, but I can try explain it the best I can. I've never actually played battleships. Yeah. So there was like mats, and there were blue mats, and it was like red versus blue, clearly. And then
and we won clearly.
And we had like clean wrap, would you call it?
Yeah. Or we cling wrap people.
Yeah. So like so they couldn't cheat or like the slime wouldn't get all over them. And I'm gonna let Claudia explain the rest because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, with battleships, like if you haven't played, you like pick a letter and a number that like lines up, and so you can be like D2, and then that square would get a bomb on it. So if someone was laying there, they got they got slimed or they got water. I think we did like a bit of both because the slime was so lethal. Apparently it was like burning people's skin because it's like slime bath. Like you're not supposed to like put it straight on your skin or it's like citric acid and it burns you. Like anyway, we learned that the hard way. But that was really fun. Obviously we won and and it was like people weren't seeing what was happening and they were choosing the numbers, but that was really fun. And then we had our disco dress up.
Yeah.
Were you around for that? I feel like I didn't even see you.
Didn't you sit with us?
You maybe. See, this is what I mean. Like I was like, anytime we ate, I was like in a trance. Like I was like.
Yeah, I was just like being quiet.
Like we all would sit there at meal times like this, like just staring straight ahead. Because it was like we had no energy, but we like were having so much fun. But we were like, okay, got to conserve the energy to do the next thing. But Eden's get up was probably the highlight of that. Explain it. Like, were you there? Wait, did you see it?
No, what is
Eden's,
it?
You didn't see Eden's outfit.
Oh wait, no, it was
like,
so good.
I was like, that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, so she had like, I don't know what to call it.
She had like flare pants and like a vest and it was like all groovy, but it was the wig.
Yeah, she had this wig and it was just like send it.
Yeah. And everyone, we kept calling her Disco Stew, which if you watch The Simpsons, you know what that is, but not everyone does. But that was really funny. Had a little bit of a dance party, but obviously everyone was really tired.
Yeah.
And it was only it was the last night, but it was like, we've still got a whole other day. So then that night, do you want to explain that?
So we had a night session and we started off with the live show. It was just like a recap of the day and then prank war videos. And then we announced cringe thing.
Yes.
So this was really fun. So it wasn't intentionally meant to be like whoever wins like tribal wars, but we had a tie.
Oh yeah.
So then we like did that.
Yeah.
But like, so who was the judge? I think it was just it was the people.
Like everyone,
yeah,
like we like group voted. Yeah.
Yeah. So then people volunteered to like go up and do like cringy things, I guess. So that was really fun. And then Lizzie won. No, not Lizzie.
Yeah, no, Lizzie won.
Lizzie won. Yeah.
People were saying she shouldn't have, but I was like, well, you should have voted for her. But
yeah.
That's why she got the votes from our tribe.
Yeah.
But I will say there were some things that were like so cringe that I like they're still replaying in my brain of how bad they were. It's like,
when I fully mind blank. Emily went up to do like the like
I don't even know how to say that.
Yeah, like ATP, like AP, yeah, that. And I was like,
why did
I
don't
know.
do that?
No, that's right.
Is that
yeah.
okay? I'm like, I've obviously seen something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know if this is cringy or this is like good because like some bits were like all right, and then some bits were just like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, she had crowd involvement, and that's why I feel like it stopped being cringe because everyone started singing along.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's not cringy anymore because we're all doing it.
Talent show.
But yeah, no, it kind of did. Eden's dancing. I think I have a video of that too that we can show, but it was so funny. I'm like, yes, but she was like owning it. So it wasn't like, I feel like a lot of people were owning it. So it wasn't as cringe.
Yeah.
It's more cringe when they're embarrassed of themselves. So.
And there was like a video of me and Rowan saying, you've got this cringe thing. And that thing was, oh my gosh, that will haunt me forever.
No, that was good. And we played it like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
That's for you. And then after we did cringe thing, we, let me just make sure we haven't missed anything. Yeah, after we did cringe thing, we went into praise and worship. We actually had some people from Awaken join us.
Oh, yeah, so good.
So that was fun. We had them on the band. And then we had like such a good night of like ministry.
Literally.
Yeah, I think Pastor Nick spoke, but it was like a lot of ministry. And Dee like also got up and she like they kind of tag teamed like in ministry time praying for different things.
Yeah.
And it was just like really cool to look around the room and see like each person having an encounter with God. And I feel like there was just so many moments to respond of like I don't know, even the like if you feel called to ministry and like having all those future leaders come up and having you come up for that was like so cool to see, like people just saying yes to like what God wants to do. And then
literally.
Yeah, seeing our youth get prayed for and like seeing you get prayed for, and also Jacko, like it's just like, oh, come on, like it's so good. And it's just like everything that they were saying, like even though they didn't know you guys, was like, yes, that's so accurate. And like it's just cool to see like God moving through other people and kind of confirming what we already as leaders probably knew, but like, I don't know, kind of that like, yes, like God is going to do it, and like you just need to keep partnering with that and believing for that. Yeah. Sometimes I don't take enough breaths and then I go in the middle of my talking. So excuse me. But yeah, that was like such a good night, and I just feel like I was like standing there like writing down all these like testimonies, like this happened, it was so good, and like it was so
and like
good.
It went for like pretty long, but like usually like I complain so much like during worship, and like my feet are hurting.
Yeah, she's always like, oh, I'm like my knees, my legs, my back, or whatever.
But like my back was really hurting. I didn't say anything, but Claudia said her legs hurt. That was the first for me, so that was really good.
Said after it at the very end, I was like, my knees are really hurting, because like, you know how sometimes like you lock your knees for too long and then you're like, ow, I didn't realize I was doing that.
When people are going on like, when they're like on their knees, like on the ground, I was like, I can't do that. My ankles are not meant for this.
Isn't it so funny, like in the spiritual moments, it's like you probably think everyone's like, no, I'm so in this moment, I don't care about how comfortable I am, but like every person's thinking of like on my knees, like on the hard concrete, like after a while, and then like you slowly look around and everyone starts to like change their posture.
Yeah, I was like sitting with my legs crossed by the end.
Like so many people were, but it's like, hey, like it's all good, like it's still like on your knees before God. Like I don't know, it's just so funny when it's like, oh no, like we're all gonna be
and then there's some people like doing this, and there's some people like
just as the night goes on, more tired. But yeah, I was like, funny that I complained before you did. And then after that night, I felt like it took forever. Actually, no, I lied. That was the first night. I felt like people wouldn't just like, no, I lie again. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. That night, I was like, why aren't people going to bed? Like, it was annoying me so much. And I was on night squad, so I had to stay up till everyone was in their tents. And I kept looking over, and people, like youth, were like wandering around at like 11 at night. And I was like, you're meant to be in your tent. You know that, right? And it's meant to be like lights out, you're asleep. And so, I don't know. But then after that, I feel like it wrapped up pretty quick and everyone was like dead.
That's good.
But yeah, like whenever, I think I always get night 2 for night squad, and I'm always like, no, like I don't want to, like, it's the last night of camp, so you want as much sleep, but also it's good because people kind of do, like everyone's dead anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we all went to bed after another huge day.
And Eden was waking like the girls up, and
really?
Like and she put this song on. I did not know. It was like,
wait, in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, the last morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
Are we there?
But yeah, so she's like banging on my tent with me and Iris. Oh wait, sorry. In the middle of the night, this thunderstorm.
Yes.
I don't know how like most of the leaders didn't hear this, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like in a tent with Iris, and we just look at each other like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna get blown away in this like storm. Anyways, we survived clearly because I'm here.
Well, I woke up for half a second in the storm and thought, oh yeah, and then went back to sleep. And then in the morning I was like, was I dreaming? And then you guys are like, there was a storm. And I was like, well, thank you for not coming and waking me up, because I would have not been happy.
Yeah, so like.
But apparently some people had to go into cabins because it was really scary, which fair enough, because I don't think I would have wanted to be in a tent.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, yeah, so Eden's banging me and Iris's tent, and she's got this like weird song on, like, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, Eden, we're awake. And she's like laughing off. I'm like, I want to go back to sleep. It's like 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah. I feel like the last morning, like no one wanted to wake up.
No.
It's like, ugh. So like, it is so hard because it's like, I feel your pain, but like you have to get up because we need to get on with the day.
Yeah.
But the last morning, I mean, I was hanging on. I was so tired. I was like, I would pay like $30 for a coffee right now. Like that was the point I was at. But I was like, it's okay. Like just push on. And then we had our last session, which, what did we do? So I don't know where Pastor Ben was. So we kind of went rogue with our camp law and order.
Oh, yeah.
And we just took it over. And who did we? Oh, it was a mix of things. But the main one was paint that was put on the tents that night.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
See, this is the thing about camp. If you give people free rein to do pranks, they might start to do like vandalism. But there were some people that got paint on their tents, and then we took them to court. They confessed and everything.
Yeah.
And owned up to it. And then when it came time to slime them, they disappeared, nowhere to be seen.
Lizzie.
Yeah, well, Lizzie still says she unknowingly was an accessory to the crime, which she said, oh yeah, I gave her the paint, but she said she was using it on her face.
There's a recording of her, like, them asking, like, did you give them the paint to go?
Yeah. Dude. And she's like, yeah, but also I would say yeah too, not realizing it was going on the tents. Anyway, so we didn't slime anyone on the last day.
Yeah.
Because they escaped. And then
we had really good breakfast though.
Yes. What did we have? We had
pancakes.
Yes. Well, the first morning we had pancakes. Second morning was pancakes
and bacon and eggs.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It was so good.
Yeah. Shout out to Chloe.
Yes.
And Ty.
That was actually one of the things. I think Lizzie said that on our Instagram.
Yeah.
She said the food was her highlight. Like, we ate like kings every day. Like, every meal was a hot meal. And it, like, I feel like you always get your staple, like, chicken and salad wraps. Nothing of that. It was lasagna for lunch. How good is that?
Literally.
And like, okay, not everyone likes lasagna, but hey, I love lasagna, and I was like, this is the best ever. So
literally.
Shout out to Chloe Webster, who cooked all the food. She did an amazing job.
Literally.
And then last morning, Pastor Ben preached, which, I mean, I got to say, that was probably the best preaching I've ever heard from him. Like, it was so good. And he talked about not going to the promised land without God. And and it was tied in so good because we had that awesome night of ministry, and like, we obviously, like, spending time in God's presence is like, you get dreams about your future. You're like, I feel like God's calling me to this and to do these things, but we don't want to do those things if it's not in his timing, if it's not like the right thing at the right time. And I just think, and even Pastor Ben talked about that when he was on the podcast, of like, things need to be the right thing at the right time, because the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's a lot of words. You might need to listen to that again. But going to the promised land without God is not worth it, because you get the thing, but you don't get God. And I just think that word was so good. And it was kind of like the whole theme of camp of
without you.
It's with you. It was camp, but his message was without you.
Yeah, that's why I'm
what
like,
what happens when you're without God? So we want to be with God. So that was like so good. I really love that. And then we headed to your favorite place in the whole wide world, Kyiesha.
Literally. So we headed to Cables Water Park
in Penrith.
Yeah, so that was really fun.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk more about it?
Well, it was good. I feel like we've been there. This is our third time being there.
Yeah.
There was so many upgraded things, don't you think?
No, literally.
Heaps of upgrades.
So I was looking at like their like TikTok, because I'm like, I stalked them.
You're like, follow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, following them before. You're obsessed.
Yeah. Anyways, the first like camp I went to was 3 years ago, 2022 or 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make me do the math.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to do that. Yeah. Anyway, there was like this like clear like bounce thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Like, it was just like a big floaty with nothing on it.
Yeah, like the flat one.
Yeah.
And we would put like people push each other.
Yeah, I really wanted that there. It wasn't, but I still had heaps of fun.
Yeah.
And like,
we had the like
circle.
like a jumping pillow thing almost.
Yeah, that like was really fun, and like we'd try to push people off, and then like people were trying to do like backflips.
Oh yeah, there's some footage of that. Some people, you mean you and Alana? Some people. That was really funny, and I was watching the clips, and I was like, why didn't you tell me you did tell me we were going to do it, but I didn't know that you were doing it. And I was like, you should have come got me, because I know.
Claudia reckons she could have done a backflip,
I know how to do a backflip into water. I couldn't do just a freestanding backflip, but I can do one on a trampoline, so I'm sure I could do one.
You can do a backflip.
And yes, and I have done one off my grandparents' pool when I was a kid. I did a backflip into their pool.
Well, you know, so like the swing? I tried.
Yeah.
I saw Michael and I was like, I'm going to try to do like a backflip off this thing. And I go to do the backflip and my back just slams on the water. I'm like,
hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But you still didn't do it. Anyway.
well,
hey, next year, if we go back again, you can have another go at doing a backflip.
I really want to go back again.
Actually, maybe it's only a front flip I can do.
Yeah, I think
Wait, is that not as impressive?
I think it's harder. But like,
hey, it's harder, guys.
But it's funny because you're like, I can do a backflip. I was like, are you sure?
I think it's a front flip. You call that a somersault? Anyway.
What, you like pull up next year and you're going to be like, I'm going to do a backflip, and then you just go forward.
Yeah, go forward. Anyway, but then we traveled home. Okay, so me and Kyiesha were usually in the same car. And this year, she's not in my car.
We didn't have our fruit salad.
I know.
That's a tradition.
I thought about it before, and lucky I didn't make it because you weren't even there. But usually I would make fruit salad for the girls on the way to camp. But I had so many girls this year, which is such a good thing. But I had so many girls, I was like, I can't make fruit salad for that many people. And then I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Hey, I gave you a box of shapes.
Yeah, and you did. I didn't even get to eat them. Lizzie put snakes in them, and I don't know where the actual crackers went. Shapes.
That's sad. Anyway, but you went up with Ben and Jade, and did you come back with Aurora?
No, I came back with Emma, which was like really fun. I'll let you explain. Did you have fun on the way back?
Oh yeah, we did. I was like, girls, you can go to sleep if you want, and they just talked the whole way home. But it was like chill. It was really good.
Did you go on the highway?
Yeah, we did. What do you mean? Oh, because you went.
We didn't go on the highway. We went.
Well, you went on the highway still. It just wasn't like the motorway. It was like
we literally went for Kangaroo Valley, and we were like the last ones to rock up at like church, and
we all stood there and pointed and laughed at you.
Yeah. No, but besides that, like it was really fun. At some point, I thought we were gonna go on a dirt road, because like there was this dirt road up in front of us, and I was like, but we turned. Are you talking about
Kenmore Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
that would be fun.
But the girls in our car were really fun, so that was really fun.
That's good. I feel like it isn't. Yeah, it's about the company, not always about the journey.
Yeah.
Write that down. Anyway, but that is our kind of recap of camp, and we had the best time. But we have some people that wanted to share what their favorite memories were, so I reckon we just go one for one. So.
No, you can go first.
Yeah, so I'll go first.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have Liv. Liv actually sent a lot in, so we're going to have a lot of shout-outs for Liv. She said, oh my gosh, sorry. She said lighting a sparkler for the first time and blowing up balloons to celebrate Aurora's birthday and her. Sorry, I read that really badly. But it was Aurora's birthday at camp. We didn't mention
21.
That. Her 21st too. So we had like a day of surprises for her.
Yeah.
So, and also, Liv, you've never lit a sparkler? That's
so
crazy. When I was a kid, my uncle lit sparklers and threw them down the beach, and I ran and grabbed a handful of them, and I grabbed them the wrong way, and I burnt both my hands.
Yeah.
And they all blistered.
I remember you telling me this story. I think you've told this on the podcast before, I feel.
I don't think I have.
No.
You're like, you told it too much. Anyway, okay, you go next then.
So Lizzie said the food. Yeah, the food was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said the food.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah.
The food.
Yeah, the food. Lizzie also said Camp Law and Order, which she loved because she got to get everyone to swear on the Bible, but she kept saying, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and only but the truth, or something like that? But it sounded like she was saying, like, do you swear not to tell the truth?
Yeah.
And it was funny. So shout out to Lizzie. You're hilarious.
Yeah.
Next one.
That's yours.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
You said the next one.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So Liv also said this one. She said pranking Eden and getting pranked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which unexpectedly pranked back. So that was the story I told about the catfish.
Yeah. So Claudia's too good.
Liv also said driving home and watching Sydney drivers / other drivers not know how to drive properly, which, yeah, she can have an opinion now because she just got her P's today. So shout out to Liv.
Yeah. So next one is Libby, and she said falling and knocking a bunch of youth into the water and 10-pin bowling style. Which was, she told me this story, but you can say it because you were actually there.
I saw it happen, and from my angle, I see Libby, her head's popping up, and I'm like up the top with her, and I just see her drop straight down. And I look down over, and I just see everyone knocked into the water, and just Libby at the bottom. But that was pretty funny. and I was like, ow, because there's all these handles on the way down. And so she grazed herself. But you're wearing like a life jacket, so it wasn't as bad. But we then started saying it was Will's fault because she was like, oh, just share a handle with Will. And then we're like, Will, you shoved her up. And he's like, no, I didn't. And it was like being so sweet. Like, no, I would never do that.
Oh.
Okay, next one was Ben pouring milk all over me. That was from Chase, but I also think Riley also.
Yeah, got that too.
Yeah, got it too. So that was really gross. There was milk everywhere. That was when the day of prank wars with like 1,000 fart bombs.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Ugh. I had like 2 left over and I went home and I put them in my mum's room.
That is so mean. Wait, both at the same time?
No. Oh. I put one in my sister's room and my mum's room, and their rooms like really close together. And she was like, Kyiesha, I'm going to get you back. I have that on camera.
That's like, insane. I feel like, wouldn't your whole house smell?
Like it did, but I shut my door.
Yeah, you should do it and then go, bye, I'm going out now.
Literally.
Which is dangerous, I guess, after you just did that. Okay. Then, Eden had some as well.
Yeah, so Eden's camp memory was Emily, Holly, me, and her pranked a few tents. So we poured heaps of balls and cricket wickets. Cricket? That sounds okay, yeah, wicket. Wickets. In their tents. So it was Rihanna's.
And poured out all their clothes.
Yeah, and deflated their mattress. So it was Alana, Imogen, and Rihanna, and we just like messed their tent up, like deflated everything.
On day 2 of camp, you like so tired,
and there's like 20 balls in there.
It was so bad. I felt really sad because I was like, that would suck.
No, they took it like a champ though.
They did.
Yeah,
they didn't complain at all.
No, literally.
So amazing. I'm like,
and they even returned the balls.
Put it all back nicely.
Yeah.
And wrote your thank you card.
Yeah.
And then Liv's final one was Alana having 3 attempts on the swing at the water park and epically failing on all 3. Oh, poor Alana.
No, literally. It was like
taking everything like a champ at this camp.
She went to jump off onto the swing and she's missed the swing and gone down. It's like, dude, this was like a second attempt. I was like,
so sad. Well, I think that was all the shout outs that we had. I don't think there was anything else. Is there anything else memorable you want to mention before we finish the pod?
I think there was, but I fully forgot. I should have wrote it down. But
well, I'm sure we'll talk about it when we're back at youth. We had there was just like a lot of moments that were hilarious. Oh, there was one moment I started filming the girls, which I can show, because the girls were literally just staring ahead, like disassociating, and it was really funny to watch. And that was like the start of day 2, I think, and I was that's hilarious.
And what's funny about like the prank what Eden and like the other girls and me did is that we were like talking to you and Rihanna. Like Rihanna was with you and we were telling you what we were gonna do.
Oh yeah, and then we were like, oh yeah, they're gonna go prank a tent. We're like, well, it wouldn't be the people you were just talking to about it, and it was so mean. But I think that was all. Oh, I filmed Manny eating his food like in the corner next to the vacuum cleaner. I don't know why he was eating it over there.
Oh yeah,
was he mad at us?
Yeah,
he probably we're mean to him. Not mean to him, but we probably just pranked him too hard.
And Pastor Nick and Dee's kid was looking at Libby like
that was so funny. I filmed that too. Of we were praying for Pastor Nick and Dee. Wait, you tell the story. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you can because you got on record.
Oh well, everyone's hands were on Dee, and then he kept looking at Libby's hand resting on her shoulder, and then kept looking between Libby and between her hand, and then he finally tapped his mum and said, "Who's that?" And then, he fully was oh, everyone go away, which I'm like, yeah, fair enough, dude. 10 o'clock at night, you're a little toddler and you're like, I just want my mum and dad, and all these people are surrounding them.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Something else happened too. So I was in my tent, about to go to sleep, and I'm hearing people. So go look at my tent, and there's people cling wrapping a tent. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm recording it and they're like, it wasn't me. And I was like, dude, I literally just saw you do this. It was really funny though.
Wait, whose tent was it?
I don't know who was next to us, but Emily was doing it. I was like, and she was standing there and she's like, I wasn't doing it. I was like,
that's funny. I feel like as a leader, I forget about pranks and I'm like, oh, I fully have the ability to go buy stuff for pranks and I just don't. So watch out for next year because I have some ideas.
Do you now?
Yes. So watch out. Anyway, I think that's all our memories and recaps. If there was anything we didn't mention, sorry, you should have told us on Instagram. But thanks for listening. We're so excited for another year of the podcast. We don't know what it will look like yet, but we will be coming to you with content. Might be fun and fresh. We'll see. But if you guys have any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, what you want us to do on the podcast, let us know. This should be... sorry, you go. No, you go.
No, you go.
No, okay, I will. If you want it to be a cooking show, we can make... I'm kidding, we won't be doing that. But if you have any fun ideas, let us know.
Yeah, and excited for youth to come back.
Yes, it's coming back on, I think it's the 7th of February.
Yeah.
So put that in your calendars. Don't make any plans for the rest of the year on a Friday. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you're new and you're watching this, Claudia is a really good Connect leader, guys. So like,
yeah, join my Connect if you're a girl. And if you're a boy, then I don't know, join someone's Connect, but
yeah,
just not mine. But yeah, so our youth program is 6:30. I think it's 6:30 unless we're going to change it this year, but it's usually 6:30 to 9 p.m. at church, and free food if you're new. And yeah, we're so excited to be back. I feel like camp has just set us up for a really good year. I'm keen.
The games are going to be bigger and better.
Yes, everything is going to be bigger and better. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Yeah.